This is the whole upcoming NFL week in something like 30 minutes or so.
We gotta have the NFL music with the bells like going.
Oh, I should totally
have
do
like
that.
running for 30 minutes. Like,
Well, I'll tell you guys. Remember, I texted you guys. Early in the week saying, "Can you come in?" That's what that green screen's for. We're gonna do a cool intro for that, but I don't have all the necessary props yet.
I didn't even see.
You didn't notice that giant green
see
thing?
the green screen? I took a leak behind there right before the show.
Yeah,
so.
I know. I smelled something that smells like urine. Must be you. So the idea
smelled like urine.
sort of smelled like urine.
I thought it was just a
It's
cat.
urine.
I got a litter box back here.
The idea here, guys, is we put these on the clock because there's 16 NFL games until the teams start getting bye weeks. But right now there's 16 NFL games, and we want to be able to get through these pretty quickly. And what I do is I pretend that I'm a bookmaker, and I go through and I make a line, my own line, for every single game. That's the Midwest line, by the way. And I like to compare that to see where things are, and which gives me a jumping off point for my top picks for the week. And I think what's kind of cool about this is you guys kind of just give an impression right off the bat. You got to get through it quickly. And I think that might give us some insight, maybe provide some value to the folks at home, maybe provide some value to me and to the rest of us when we go ahead and make our bets, if you're making bets for the week. So, that being said, we're going to start with the very first game here, which is Lions at the Packers. What time is it, by the way?
That's we got 7:30. We got some time.
Yeah, we got
45
time for
minutes.
everybody to get their bets in.
We got to stall a bit here.
Yeah, I'll start talking slower now. So the Lions and the Packers tonight. The 2-1 Lions take on the 2-1 Packers at Lambeau. That's right. The Lions are coming off a strong defensive performance in their 20-6 win against the Falcons at home, while the Packers scored 18 points in the fourth last week to sneak past the Saints. They're going to sneak past you. That's what we say in the Midwest. They snuck past the Saints 18-17, and that's without Aaron Jones or Christian Watson. Currently, Packers, this is as of last night, I shouldn't say currently, but Packers plus 105 in the money line, Lions minus 124. Packers are getting 1.5 at home. Total was 46. Richie, let's start with you, buddy. What do you think?
I think this is going to be a great game. I mean, the Packers at home, this is a statement game for the Lions. This is a great way to get up quick on the division. I think they're the better team. It is at home. I'm going to go with Lions, but I could see anybody making an argument either way. I do like the over as well.
All right, good up.
Excuse me.
Whoa.
Yeah, you okay?
Is that a new drop?
I've got the Lions a couple different ways. Minus 1.5. I think that's the play, but also if you tease the Packers, make it 7.5.
Yeah, I can see your point there.
Wong's theory.
Yeah. Billy Wong.
I don't like that over.
Yeah,
Don't like the over.
I'm a little tentative about that.
Well, you guys do you.
I think it could be just a grudge match.
Could be a defensive grudge match.
I mean, the Packers at Jones is back,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Has their offense really been much to shake a
Not so
stick
scary. They said Love's got 52% completion.
Yeah.
He's still getting his.
You can get the Lions right now -2. By the way, the Packers plus 2.5 at DraftKings, -2 at Parks, -110.
There's been a lot of news on injuries coming back. Both teams
Both
today.
teams,
Taylor
yeah.
Decker was doubtful. I think he's playing, and Montgomery. I think he's in. They were
I
saying
think
this
he's
morning
in.
he was doubtful. Now I think he's playing.
Montgomery and Decker are playing.
Yeah.
For a minute, they said they weren't playing this morning.
Right.
Somebody did, and
You're right, and then he backtracked.
goofed up. We only got 15
I
seconds.
have the Lions as one of my bets. I think by at least a field goal. And real quick, I heard something today, kind of crazy. If the Lions win this game, it'll be the first time they have sole possession of first place in the NFC North in 6 years.
Wow.
They get it done tonight. First place, Lions.
Well done. And I'm a little past my time here, but I got 52.8 was my number on that. And I think on a 46 total, I think it's actually 45 and a
I
half.
gotta go a little over because Grandpa Moffat actually told me the same stat, but he thought it was back in the 90s since the last time they were in first place.
No, it
But
was
Tones,
6
I'm
years
gonna
ago,
believe
yeah.
you over Mr. Kickboxer.
6 years ago.
All right. Next on the sheet here, we've got the Falcons at the Jags. That's a 2-1 Falcons at the 1-2, believe that or not. Jags. This one's Wednesday. I'm sorry, Wednesday. This one's at Wembley Stadium in London, England, which I guess you could categorize as the Jags' second home field. They're playing there again coming up. It's the first of 3 games in England. Last week, the Falcons passed for 201 yards against the Lions on Sunday, managed to score a TD, while Lawrence and the Cats lost 37-17 to the fucking Texans, who are better than I think anybody thought.
Yeah,
where he threw for 279, a TD, 1 interception. Right now, the Jags money line minus 160, the Falcons plus 137. The Jags are laying 3 points. Total was 43.5. Towns, what do you like here?
Jags are definitely lagging from expectations so far.
Yeah, they are.
I don't want to touch the matchup, but I do like the under on this. I think I think it's going to be somewhere in the low to mid 30s. So total score. So I take the under on that one.
Feet up.
The Jags play there in Wembley a lot, right?
They do.
Like 6 times?
They would have to have played there more than anybody else. I would have to think.
I don't know if they've won there. Just because you play there doesn't mean you're any good.
No, that's true. That's true.
It's not an advantage, right?
I think they're familiar with the routine, though, anyway, right?
The routine is they lose.
Well, that's the case, then.
I guess I would say get Falcons plus 3.5, maybe. I don't know.
What do you think, Rich?
I don't know the Jags' record, but at Wembley, but I certainly agree with you on the routine. They haven't been very good overall the last couple of years, so I think they have the advantage. I think this is a bounce-back game. I can't get the Falcons out of my head from watching that terrible offense last week.
Yeah,
it's bad offense.
I think the Jags bounce back big. I like the Jags a lot in this game.
Is there a worse starting quarterback in the NFL than
Lawrence?
The Riddler?
The Riddler.
The Riddler?
Oh, I was going to say.
The Riddler.
I like, he's a Cincinnati kid. I think he has potential, but he's never going to be better than an average quarterback at best.
And that's sad that you would venture your whole franchise on what could be an average NFL quarterback.
That's crazy.
I can tell you one team, you said Wednesday, one team that's probably played at Wembley a lot is Sheffield Wednesday. It's a soccer club out.
Sure.
Not familiar with them.
Sure.
Well, they used to only play on Wednesdays, so that's why the club is called Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh,
Only
that makes
Wednesdays.
sense.
Fun fact.
For religious
sense.
purposes.
The Midwest model lines, minus 120. The Jags should be minus 2.7. Nothing doing there, but I do have a lower point total is what I came up with, 39.4. So I'm with you, Tones. I'm with you there, buddy. I am with you, my friend. What do we got next here on the docket? We've got, the Dolphins at the Bills. 3-0 Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills, Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. Dolphins, of course, coming off their 70-20 routing of the Sean Payton-led Denver Broncos. I'll tell you what, my under didn't come home on that one. It was a top pick last week. No. That one didn't come home. I think they actually blew the visor right off Peyton's head. Did you guys see that?
Was it like the 60s?
Right
was it the 60s last time somebody scored 70?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
It's been a long
Fifth time in history, but the 73 was the all-time total. I guess they passed on tying it or breaking it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
unbelievable.
Your
Showed
boy
a lot of
Tua.
restraint there by not going for.
I would have
Tua.
done it, and I said, fuck it.
Tua's still healthy. He threw for 309 and 4 touchdowns. Then he was yanked
As
from the
long as
game.
he's healthy.
When
Give me a first quarter line there, Jimmy.
Mike White threw a 68-yard touchdown pass, while the Bills did their own shellacking of the Washington Redskins, where Allen passed for 218 and 1 TD to Gabe Davis. He also ran for a TD on 3 scrambles for 46. The Bills' defense came through, holding the Commodes to no points until the final 48 seconds of the game. Bills are 2-1 on the season.
So they beat the Redskins or the Commodes?
Both. They're all one and the same.
Combo.
And let's go to D-Dub. What do you like? You like anything? This is a challenging one, I think.
Hear
It
that?
says middle C. It's a C.
Under. Bet the under.
You like the under?
Everybody's going to tell you over. Everybody's going to think over because they just scored 90 points in that last game. Baloney.
Yeah.
Something about this AFC, I want to say East.
Yes.
AFC East. The games are not high scoring.
When they play each other, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Dolphins, Patriots. It's like a 40-something point game. 54 is still a lot of points.
Lots of points.
A lot of points.
Naturally, everybody's going to think over, but it's sneaky. Go under. That's
All right.
it.
Richie.
Not touching it. Don't want nothing to do with it. Minute 19 over to Tones.
After disappointing start first week, the Bills, I think they're hitting their stride. They look like they're getting back into the form that we expect. I think Dolphins kind of blew their wad last week and come back down to earth. I think the Bills will win by at least a field goal.
All right. I got Jack Diddley here. Nothing.
Don't like it.
Although I do like the Bills in this. I do, but I'm not at laying 2.5. I don't necessarily care for that.
Tease it.
I did actually. It's gonna be one of my top picks.
Dope.
I'm blowing minds tonight, D-Dub. And you as a
Blowing minds?
blowing minds.
What was Tone saying?
Please said something about
Blowing
low.
wads.
No, blowing
That's a
minds.
different thing. It's a different thing.
Totally different thing. All right, we're saving some time on that. Excellent.
Can we bank that time?
Negative.
Use it out of
I don't,
future
I don't have that kind of
It's not like
technology
T-Mobile
over here.
minutes. You can't roll them over.
But it's my Fab Five. Okay, here we go. We got the Vikings and the Panthers. Is the 0-3 Vikings? You believe that, huh? 0-3
told you.
Vikings.
I told you they were going to
suck.
come back to earth. Yep.
Visiting the 0-3 Panthers, BOA Stadium in Charlotte. Last week, the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, stepped in for little fucking Bryce Young, where he threw for 361 yards, 2 TDs, and the Panthers' 37-27 loss to the Seattle Seahawks. Rumor is that Bryce will be back at the helm this week. I don't know if you guys have heard anything
I
since
have
then.
not.
But that should do nothing but benefit the Minnesota Vikings if Bryce is back instead of Andy Dalton. I'd rather have Andy Dalton in there. Meanwhile, the Vikings lost to the Chargers 28-34, which was frankly all on their defense. Kirk Cousins passed for 367, 3 touchdowns. And even though the Vikes added Cam Akers last week, he was inactive. Madison ran for 93 yards on 20 carries plus 32 yards on 5 receptions. Tones, what do you got? Anything?
I think the Vikings finally get their first W. The 4.5's scaring me a little. I think it'll go over, though. I think it'll be over the 45.5.
All right, D-Dub?
I don't know. Pass.
Rich.
Pass on it.
I agree.
I don't care what you say about Dalton. Look up his record since he left Cincinnati. He's terrible. I would roll with Bryce Young because he's the future all day long. But this game, I'm with Tones. I think the Vikings win, but I'm not touching this game at all. I'm out.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I have the Panthers should be plus 2.4. They're plus 2.5. So that would go through a key number. I just can't bring myself to do that.
You know, the problem with this game is it's probably going to be local because it's the Vikings, and I'll be asleep by 1:26.
Something to look forward to. Something to look forward to there. Yep, that's a nothing burger for me in this
All
one.
the coffee in the world ain't keep it rich up for that
no,
one.
nothing. No, snort.
I might give Daryl a call, 125.
If he's not asleep by 1:30, he'll be calling me.
Be calling you.
Tell me about war some more, Daryl.
Oh, this is a boring ass game too.
Oh.
Man, this is
Boring.
dumb.
Fuck.
Terrible.
Another battle of the winless, actually, is the 0-3 Broncos go to Soldier Field to take on the 0-3 Bears. Justin Fields, he lit it up last week against the Chiefs, throwing for 99 yards, 1 TD and 1 INT. The Chiefs led 41-0 in the third quarter, actually, and then they started bringing in fans. They started bringing in reporters. And allegedly Taylor Swift came in to finish out the game for him.
Come on.
Yeah, that's what happened. I don't know
not
if you guys
gonna-
saw that. Yeah, they
Yeah, did you see they wheeled her in a popcorn machine?
They did. And
They
they,
did.
they let her play quarterback from Mahomes for a while. It was such a fucking beatdown.
Might as well put her in for the Bears.
That's right. That's right. Mahomes threw for 272, 3 touchdowns, and as usual, he spread it out between 25 different receivers. The Chiefs moved to 2-1. This one, we got the Bears money line plus 145. The Broncos minus 170. The Bears are getting 3.5 at home. 46 is your total. Richie, what do you think here, buddy?
Oh, thanks for throwing me this bone.
Yeah, I know this would be a good one.
Yeah. You know, I heard before the season Fields wanted to throw more. I would have slapped him in the face and told him to stop talking at that second. Why the guy can't throw?
Nope.
DJ Moore is the only decent receiver on that team. I feel terrible for him. That's 2 teams in a row he can't stat up. He's a great receiver.
Not getting the ball.
Yeah. I don't believe in the Broncos at all, though. I would love to tell you to take the Broncos money line, but I'm staying away from this game and just hoping it's not on my local television network.
T-Dub.
Bears might be the worst team in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Probably figure out a way to play the Broncos in the under. The under probably just, it's going to be ugly.
It's going to be ugly. I agree with you. Don't.
I'm done.
I just go under. I'm not going to pick the winner on this, but I don't like either offenses. I just think it's gonna be a low scoring, boring game.
What happens if the mini Dickas take the field?
Well, what we got a minute to kill here. Is it possible that maybe the Bears are worse than the Cardinals? Because the Cardinals, I don't think are as bad as
far
people.
worse.
Yeah,
Far
think
worse.
so.
Far worse.
We all came in. Oh, they're trying to lose, and they played pretty good.
So since we got some extra time, I have a Travis Kelce helmet signed. And I'm thinking maybe I need to sell it to some Swifties now. What do you guys think?
Can you get Taylor to sign it too?
Oh,
Why is,
God.
why is it not here in the studio? Is my question.
I would say your Kelsey's gear would be at an all-time high right
yeah,
now.
now
I
sell
know
high.
it.
Sell
Sell
high
high.
now.
Someone on Marketplace was selling a signed helmet for $4K.
Yeah, sell it now.
Wow.
Yeah, where you can go online and easily buy it.
You can play a lot of slots for that.
They'll probably
You sure could.
They'll probably break up by mid-season, so sell it now.
Yeah.
I think that's a short-lived thing too.
Yeah,
Tones.
I'll
I'm
take
with
the
you.
under
I'm
on
taking
that
under on
relationship.
7 months as well.
All right, let's keep moving on. Here we go.
She'll be penning songs about him.
She will be. And then not being able to get the rights to it and then repenning the
20
same
years.
song. Yeah. We got the Ravens at the Browns at Cleveland Browns Stadium.
Ouch.
The Browns, they played Tennessee last week and beat them 27-3. The Browns defense dominated throughout the game as the Titans only managed to score a second quarter field goal. Henry, my boy, only ran for 20 yards.
He's done.
Yeah, and 11 carries. Your boy, Richie Tannehill, he only completed 13 for 25 for 104.
I think his name's Ryan.
Yeah.
Richie. Tannehill.
The Browns defense looked outstanding, and they got offensive support. Watson passed for 289, 2 touchdowns, including a 43-yard shot to Cooper in the fourth. The Browns go to 2-1, while the Titans fall to 1-2. We got the money line minus 151 for the Browns, plus 128 for the Ravens. Spread, Browns laying 3 at home, and the total is 40 on that. What do you think, Tones? Anything here? It's an interesting game.
I think the Ravens will find a way to at least get within the field goal. I take the Ravens with the points on this.
You dub?
Don't think I would touch this game.
Okay.
Again, maybe put it in a teaser. -3, turn it into plus 3.5 Browns. I don't know. Maybe make it over 33.5. It's going to be low scoring.
Yeah, two good defenses, right? Yeah.
I think the
Going
Browns
towards-
might have the best defense in the NFL.
They're
I think they're
they're
damn-
very
you're not
yeah,
lying.
solid.
Coached by Schwartzy. Jim Schwartz.
I always
That's
think
right. The
about
Schwartz be
like
with you,
uh,
Tones.
Yeah, the Schwartz.
I always think about those defensive teams, and I think play the under.
Yeah, it doesn't always
But-
work out, does it?
No, so as you guys have said before, you'll never play the under. And
I don't think I've ever said that. I had unders last week.
I mean, I say that, but I wouldn't touch this under with
I-
the 6-inch.
Yeah.
I don't like unders for for one of my bets coming up. I do have an under.
Okay. Well, I would say tease the under
Tease the under.
and then make it an over.
Haven't
So-
heard any worse advice in my life.
40.
Rich, what you got here?
40 to 33.5 and then over that. 33.5.
I think
Gotcha.
Deshaun Watson was the closest that he's looked since he left Houston last week. I like the Browns at home. I think they're on. I think they're trending upward. I think they win the NFC or AFC. I'm sorry, AFC North, right? AFC North. Either way, I think at best the Ravens lose by 3. So I'm riding Browns on this one.
Right in the Brownies.
How did the Ravens lose to the Titans?
It's embarrassing.
Justin-
No, they lost to the Colts last week.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
on
my
it.
bad. That's even worse.
I know, right?
I got faith in the Hardballs to bounce back.
I Tones, if this game's at Baltimore, I totally agree with you. But this, I feel like, the sense of Detroit right now is like, damn, we've been so crappy so long. Like, there's such a good vibe in the stadium when they're doing well.
Yes.
When you guys are there Monday night, you're going to feel it. And I think the same thing in Cleveland right now.
Yeah,
I think,
they're feeling it after a lot of crap.
Yeah.
They're feeling it too.
for sure.
And I'm going to chime in here. The Midwest line came to the Browns -1 point. They're laying 3. So you could think about going for the Ravens there. You're not going through the key number, but you're on the key number. And I came up with an over here, believe it or not, 48.6.
That's surprising.
That is surprising. That's what I came up with. And by the way, shout out to the chat right now. We have somebody new that Baumsy?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He says,
Welcome, Baumsy.
So that really BS?
It is.
Question mark? It is BS.
all BS.
It's all BS. All this shit's BS.
That's BS all over.
That's what we do here. We just happen to have microphones and cameras, but the rest of this is BS.
Tell Bouncy to pound that subscribe button.
Yeah, hit that subscribe
Pound
button,
it.
man. We'll shout you out at the end of the
Yeah,
show,
shout
too.
out.
Appreciate the comment,
Shout
man.
out.
All right. Remember how to do this? Let's see. Here we go. What is next? We had the Browns and the Ravens. Next on the docket, we got the Steelers. The Steelers and the Tejans. Well, folks, the Steelers, they're going to be visiting NRG Stadium to take on the Stroud-led Houston Texans. Should have been the first-round draft pick last year, by the way. Last week, the Steelers... Are you thinking loudly again, like
thinking loudly.
hitting the bomb? I thought I was having
No,
static over
I'm
here.
racking.
All
I'm
right.
racking.
All right. Last week, the Steelers had a 23-7 lead by the end of the third quarter, held off a Raiders comeback. Remember that, D-Dub? We watched that game.
Oh, yeah.
That fell short when they couldn't punch it in the end zone for a touchdown. Pickens threw 2 touchdowns, 35 yards. No turnovers. No turnovers for Kenny. The rushing game wasn't anything great with Harris, 19 attempts for 65. And Warren with 8 attempts for 29, but the Steelers held on to win. They go 2-1. The Raiders and Jimmy G, he threw for 324 and 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 3 picks. Turnovers were the key, for sure, as the Raiders fall to 1-2. Now the question here, and I think I mentioned this earlier, are the Texans really as good as they're appearing? C.J. Stroud continues his impressive rookie season with 280 yards, 2 touchdown passes against the Jacksonville Jaguars last week, which moves them to 1-2. 1-2. We got the Texans plus 127, Steelers minus 150. Texans getting 2.5 at home, a total of 42. DW, what do you think here, buddy?
I'm betting the totals, Jimmy. I'm betting under because that totals number is green. And see, that's an underplay.
Flashing green.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to bet the under on that one. And I'll tell you what, I don't know what to say about the Steelers because, by God, they might be, they're pretty bad.
They are.
And the Raiders just, McDaniel.
Aren't the Steelers 2-1?
They are.
Yeah, they beat the mighty Browns
They did.
and they beat the mighty Raiders. And, but it's just like
See, I think the Raiders are a better team. I think I said this week. I think the Raiders are a better team than you might think.
with that coach,
It's really coaching.
Yeah.
Honestly.
that guy's a
the
nerd.
team should be
That
better.
guy's a
Yeah, they should be
borderline
better.
idiot.
Well, there's a lot of them.
He's a little goofy.
But I like the under because that under number's green. See?
All right. We took up a minute with that. Tones, do you have anything you want to add?
I agree. I just think it's going to be a lower scoring game. Steelers good D. I don't like their offense. I think they'll keep it, tight
Tweet.
scoring game. So I just don't think there's going to be many points in this one. So I like that under.
Richardo?
Yeah, I don't agree with Stroud being the number 1 pick.
Is he the rookie of the year?
He might.
this point?
You know what?
I think
wonder.
Brian Branch is
Branch,
so far.
yeah, I would, at least defensive. Rookie.
I'd give him the.
They do offensive,
They
defensive.
do offensive defense. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. It's a good question. I haven't looked at other rookies yet. You could argue that the tight end from Detroit would be up there too.
Oh, he's leading tight end yardage.
He actually
You'd
has
lose
the
in that
most
argument.
catches of all time for a rookie through 3 games. So I've bought enough time here. I'm not touching this game. I mean, I think if anything, the Texans up down theory they're probably down this week. If I'm betting anything, I'm taking the Steelers.
It's been a shit year for tight ends all the way around, by the way. I don't know if you guys have noticed
Yeah,
that.
there
at
has
all.
been a
really bad year
lot
for
of
tight
tight
ends.
I don't know. Kelsey scored a touchdown last week.
And Dulcich is out.
He did.
Laporta.
Did you see that on T Swift's Instagram? Her Snapchat or something? Telegram?
her fan
Facebook?
page.
Saw
What the fuck
that
is that?
every
It's a shame.
news outlet out there.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as the model goes, I don't really have a play on this, but the model comes to 35.2 for the total score. Totals were 42 earlier today. Or, I'm sorry,
So
yesterday. Right?
just because it's underplay, you're not touching it. Because your number is green. So
Yeah.
that should be an underplay.
I
but
make-
you're not
I
playing
make them
it.
green if it's under a field goal. That doesn't mean we have to
It's
use these
7
numbers.
points.
Yeah, maybe I did take it. I don't know.
Jim, you gotta play this.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
that's a-
What's the point of doing these numbers?
I probably did play
That's
it.
a
What's the
TD.
point?
That's a TD spread
But
there.
you use these, and then you apply the eyeball test. So you use this is robotic. This is robots.
I've heard you say
This
before
is
that
AI?
you don't play
Yeah.
any unders. only
I
bet
have
the overs.
never said
I
that
said
in my
that.
life.
I said
Rich
that.
said
I
that.
thought you
I
did.
play unders probably more than anybody.
I don't personally like
Yeah,
unders.
Tones doesn't play
I know,
unders.
but
Okay.
I do got it. I do
Yeah,
got
I
it.
think they
bad.
suck.
I think you're getting your wires
You
crossed here.
said
pal.
Jimmy, that there were two of us that say they'd never play the unders.
Yeah, the two of us. That's not me and that's not you.
I rarely-
It's these two guys.
I rarely do
Dang it.
unders.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, these
My
guys
bad.
don't play unders. I play unders. I like
Fair
unders.
enough. Unders are the play, really, right? Because everybody feels kind of like what Rich and Anthony feel. like.
Everybody wants scoring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Root for scoring.
Okay, guys, we got the Rams at the
Jesus
Colts.
Christ, how many bad games are there? What am I
It's going
leading
to be
this
a
one
rough
off
week. Well, let me tell you that the 1-2 Rams are going to head to Lucas Oil to take on the Indianapolis Colts, who are 2-1. You believe that? Surprisingly, the Colts are
to? I believe it.
and
Is
1.
Minshew playing again?
There's no interest. There was no Anthony Richardson last week for the Colts against the Ravens, but Minshew, your boy, Rich, was just good enough to get the win thanks to back-to-back 53-yard field goals by Matt Gay at the end of the fourth. And then also in overtime, Minshew passed for 227, one score, no turnovers. The Colts offense wasn't really anything to write home about, but of course they didn't make any mistakes either, which sometimes is even more important. The surprise loss dropped the Ravens to 2-1 with Lamar throwing for 202. He ran for 101, got 2 touchdowns on 14 rushes, but nobody else did shit there. Stat Padford, that was the Rams there. He spent the whole bunch of time on his ass on Monday night. Reminded me back when he was with the Lions. It was against the Bengals.
Backdoor cover tie, apparently.
Oh, yeah. They just couldn't really get anything going. They lost the battle on the line. There were question marks about Burrow playing. As you mentioned, Rich, he did end up playing. I'd say he looked about 70%. I don't know how you guys feel about that. But
I'd say T. Higgins looked about 10%.
oh, he couldn't catch a pass, dude. Couldn't catch a pass. It was
catch a
enough, though, to
cold
get the
last
Cincy
night,
Cats
Monday night.
past the Rams, 19-16. Line here, you got the Colts minus 109, Rams minus 108. It's a pick 'em, or at least it was as of last night. Totals of 41. Ah, boy, that was a lot to say there. Tones, what do you think here, man? Anything?
I don't know. The under's glaring at me. I don't know. No Cooper Cup yet. I think it's coming back in a week or two.
Week 6.
Yeah, 47 seems a little high for this game. I just don't. I don't see a high scoring affair in this game. So I definitely under 47. So
Yeah, D-Dub?
All the teams that we thought were really bad this year, or were going to be really bad, maybe the worst. Texans,
Cards.
Cardinals, Colts,
Colts.
even the Falcons. These teams have all performed significantly better than we thought they were going to. However, Rams all day. I just Richardson's going to come back and start, and he did okay. Don't get me wrong, in his debut, but no, I think it's going to be Rams by like 10, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
I see that total number though. It's green again.
It's green again. That's an under. What do you got, Rich? Anything?
Yeah, Spencer Torkelson actually his 30th home run tonight. Other
that's
than that, is Richardson really coming back?
I thought he was.
I almost thought I heard that from you.
I will double check that while you.
I'd also like to say
pontificate.
that Indianapolis has a great steakhouse. I heard Elmo's. You guys ever
Yeah.
heard?
St. Elmo's.
You guys ever been there?
Is that like St. Elmo's
Did we go
Fair?
there, Tones? We were there for
I
another.
heard
for
that
another
their
No.
steak is tremendous there.
We were going to have a wholesaler take us out. We couldn't get on board with that. We
Oh,
went, we
is that
went
what it
somewhere
was?
else.
We went somewhere
But
else.
St. Elmo's is, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's
that's-
Shula's Steakhouse.
Yeah.
No, in Indianapolis, Elmo's is the place
down.
to be. It's supposed to be like some awesome zip sauce or something. Other than that, I have nothing to say about this game.
That's very insightful.
Yep. Bet that.
Model
Bet the
numbers.
steakhouse.
Colts plus 111.
Stick a
I
fork in
suppose
that.
you well, no, there's nothing there. Pick 'em is what I came to, and I came again to an under. 36.1 was the grand total of
Under,
points
play
that
it.
I projected to be scored. There. The Bucks at the Saints.
This is getting worse and worse.
Oh, these are some shit teams or some shit games. Bucks and the Saints. Did I forget to write up on this one? I must have. Okay. Buccaneers at the Saints.
God damn it, Jimmy.
No, I have that. I remember doing it earlier. Yeah, fuck. I guess it doesn't really matter. We got the Saints minus 168, Buccaneers plus 143 in the money line. Saints laying 3.5. 40.5 is your total. Interesting here.
Is Winston playing?
I believe Jameis
Smoke
Winston
'em if you got
is
'em.
the man.
Give me the
Yeah.
Buccaneers
Gotta have
plus
those
the points.
Yeah.
And also
Crab
play
legs.
that under.
Oh wait, I do have it right up here.
It's going to be a.
It's obviously at
Underfest.
the Caesars Superdome.
Oh.
Yeah, Jameis Winston. He came in last week for Derek Carr. You remember that? Derek Carr.
I kinda
Derek
remember.
Carr could be there.
When
He
he
is
came
my
in.
least. I have no confidence.
You know,
in that guy.
Derek Carr
like-
was up
No.
17 nothing when he left the game.
No confidence.
Yeah,
in that
Carr is
guy.
about 17 points
Why do
better
you
than
hate
Winston.
Why do you hate
Yeah.
Carr so much? He's a
You know, I think he's
top
a
15 quarterback.
wow. He's top 32.
When
I'll
I
give
say
him
top
that.
15, I mean 15 or 14.
Yeah, he's towards the bottom. He's towards the bottom.
I think he's all right. He put some eyeliner on him. He looks like a
He's a good Christian.
pirate.
The Bucks are coming off a 25-11 beatdown, by the way, from the Eagles. You guys remember that one? We were texting a lot during that game. And Mayfield, during that game, he went 15 for 25, 146 with one TD and one interception. Hurts, on the other hand, went 23 for 37, 277, one TD. He threw 2 interceptions, though, which is kind of surprising. And he went 28 yards on the
Is this
ground.
a gym show?
and
We
a
got 50
touchdown.
seconds left here.
Hurry up.
Christ's sake.
Well, I screwed it up because I didn't realize I had that written down. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Richie, what do you got? Bucks and Saints.
I'm going behind a green screen and taking a piss because this game, I'm not touching it. Next.
Well, I'm glad you interrupted. D-Dub?
I already gave you my picks. If you weren't listening, you were ruffling through your papers over there
Sorry.
because you couldn't keep them straight.
You're right.
Give me the under and give me the Buccaneers plus the points, right? All day long.
I like that. Tones,
and twice on
did
Sunday.
you say anything?
I haven't passed on any games yet, and I'm not liking this at all. Anything, so
Oh, is there something exciting this week?
I'm gonna pass on this one.
Not really.
Jim talked for a minute and 20 and we still have extra time.
Yeah, we still have extra time.
What a
Model
hat on,
line.
Jim.
Model line, Saints -2. Saints are -3.5. You could take the Bucks here. I would consider that. I think the Bucks might probably pull this one out, but it's not a top pick.
Are they wearing the gay Buccaneer helmets?
Hey,
I didn't check
can't
their
say that.
their
I'm gonna
garb.
say
It's a clearly
LGBTQ plus.
flaming Buccaneer, which is the best helmet, by the way.
A clearly flaming Buccaneer.
Yeah, the original helmet, the one with the white helmet with the
Yeah,
Buccaneer with
those
the
are cool.
knife in his mouth,
Yeah.
his hair flowing.
What does that have to do with being flaming?
He's clearly a gay. Have you never heard this before?
No.
Gotta get out more, Jim.
Not,
I
the,
guess so.
not the kicker
I guess
game.
so.
Different
It's okay now.
Yeah.
But in the 70s, it was.
Commanders. And
Hey, how about this
Eagles.
matchup? How about the Commanders at the Eagles? The Washington football team, they're going to visit the Philadelphia Eagles. The Commanders, they never really got on track last week against the Bills. Big surprise there. Sam Howell, he passed for 170, but he threw four interceptions in that game. Yeah, this was their first loss, however, believe it or not, for the Washington Commodes, which puts them at 2-1. Let's start with Rich on here because I know he's a big Washington football team fan.
Huge fan. Not so much as Sam Howell. Take the Eagles -8. Cash the ticket, baby.
D-Dub.
I would tend to play toward that Eagles lot, but I'd like to get a little lower. Maybe get it down to.
Well, we'd all like lower, but that's what the
6.5.
spread is.
Are you saying maybe a teaser is in order on that one? Well, you really gonna have to stay. You might have to take my top picks today, D-Dub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the way you think, but looks like the over is a play, even though you didn't make it green.
That's not over.
Nah, it's not
over
enough
3.
for me.
You know what they
To
say
make it
about
green.
the under?
It's not over until it's under.
It's not over until it's over.
Yeah, it's not my first.
not over till it's over.
Underwear.
Underwear.
I would lean toward the Eagles just because the Commanders are the Commanders right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Until they're officially the Commodes, pass it on to Anthony.
I'm on the same wavelength. Eagles by 10. I think they cover. Take them.
Eagles by 10.
Fly. Eagles fly.
I got absolutely nothing. Midwest lines, Eagles -388, 8.3. That's right on the spread. The totals, it's a little bit. I got 46.1, but not enough on an over, I don't think, for me there. So that is what I am doing. Next on the docket, we've got the Bengals visiting the Tennessee Titans, Nissan Stadium. Already talked about both these teams. Titans +116, Bengals -136 on the money line. Spread +2.5 for the Titans. Total of 41. And what do you think, Tones? You got anything?
I had a feeling the Bengals are going to get rolling at some point in time, and I think it starts this week. I think they'll cover at least by a field goal.
Okay. D-Dub?
I don't know. I guess I would say don't play this one. But I kind of like the Titans. They're getting points here. 2.5, though. between 0 and 2.5. I guess you'd have to play the money line, right?
I guess it depends what the price was.
Plus 116.
I can't read that. Yeah, plus 116.
Yeah, and you're saying it should be plus 161, so it's not a great play. So leave it alone.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Let it go. Richie?
I'm with Tones. I think, I don't know. I haven't seen Henry do anything yet. Until I see him do anything, I'm taking the Bengals because
Hey, what
I
do you
don't
see in
even
the
think they
Bengals? I
played-
don't like the Bengals either. What the fuck have the Bengals done?
I don't like.
I think so.
I
Good
think
the
they're
last
on their
couple
way back.
years.
I
They're-
think they're going to be in the playoffs,
Yeah.
and I think Joe Burrow's a top 3 quarterback, and I think he's hurt right now, but he's a top. Even though he's hurt as a top 3 quarterback, he's still top 10. The Bengals have Richie Tannehill throwing the ball for Christ's sake.
Yeah, Burrow's going to get rolling at some point.
I mean, this is
He's
just a
got
win.
to.
Right
Yeah,
now, he's
so-
a bottom 3 quarterback.
Yeah, he's the worst
Yeah.
in the league.
I mean, I can't.
Richie Tannehill's doing better than him.
Right.
How would you take the Titans and feel comfortable with that? I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
I couldn't take anything on this, quite honestly. But the Bengals, not exactly impressed in the first 3 weeks.
They haven't.
No,
been.
and I understand that Burrow's hurt. You saw him last week. His mobility certainly wasn't there.
He
but-
said he's getting there though.
yeah, well, so is everybody. I don't know. I'm not super impressed with either team. And you're right. Like T. Higgins can't catch a fucking pass.
But he was wearing
That's your- do
oven
your
mitts.
job.
He was wearing
Oh, I
oven
didn't notice
mitts.
that. I
You
missed
didn't
that
catch
part. No, I was too busy
But
watching
this week
Taylor
he
Swift.
claims he's going to take the oven mitts off. So
Like
That's a good idea.
Arby's mitts.
Smart.
maybe do a prop bet for T. Higgins.
Take over 65 yards.
You ever tried catching a ball with oven mitts on?
That's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy,
pretty tough.
pal. It's not easy.
Heat resistant though.
All right. We got the
When Burrow gets that spin on the ball.
Raiders to SoFi to take on the Rams. Wait, I'm sorry. Raiders heading to SoFi to take on the Chargers. this time.
Chargers.
Wrong team there. Chargers minus 235. Raiders plus 194. What do you do here? Minus 5.5 with the Chargers. I like that line when it was lower. And then totals of 48.5. Richie, what do you got?
I think we were talking about a little bit earlier. The Raiders are a better team, but their coach holds them back. Talking about another team that their coach holds them back is the Chargers. So you might have a coaching offset here
I think you do.
as they went for it on their own 25-yard line late in the game last week, did not get it, and somehow held off Minnesota. Maybe the 2 of 4 worst coaches in the league. I'm not touching this game. I'm out on this one.
I'm probably out too, but I don't know if that. He's a terrible coach. We're talking about. God, if you think
Staley?
I can think Staley, yes, a terrible coach, but
Lane.
I don't know if that was the wrong decision. To be honest with you,
You can't go for it on your own 25 away.
for one, they won, and for two, they
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 won
get the
because
first
Minnesota
down,
got
it's-
one playoff in the last 35 seconds.
if they get the first down, the game is over, and if they give the ball back to the Vikings, the game
I'm all
is over.
I'm all for being aggressive, but you don't go for it on your own 25 away.
It was fourth and a damn pinky, Rich.
Did he get it?
No.
Tones, you got a whole 50 seconds here, pal. Talk it up.
I think Chargers win 5.5. I'm not quite certain on
Teaser time.
Either teaser time
It's a good
or
idea, Rich.
The Wang theory.
48.5 seems a little high for me. I wouldn't mind the under on this game if I had to pick something. So
Yeah, I'm kind of with all y'all here. I think the 5.5 is a little much. Should be Chargers minus 4.6 and open at 4.5. I want to say it was 4.5 probably. I came in a little on the under, not by much, so 44.
I think Chargers by a field goal win. But
Chargers by a field goal. I like the way you think. I like the way you think, buddy. I do. I like the way you look too. You look cute tonight.
yeah, I got the garb.
Yeah.
Start playing your numbers, Jimmy, the
I
way
play-
you handicap
You know
them.
I play my. You know I play my numbers.
I don't think you do.
That. I play them
That
all.
was an underplay.
Well, it's not a top pick. I mean, I might play that. What the fuck? Calm it down. The Pats at the Cowboys. They're going to visit AT&T.
Play the over.
To take the take on the Dallas Cowboys. Last week the Pack. This is a long intro here. Last week the Pats took on the Jets. They won 15-10 with only one touchdown per team. That was something. Mac Jones, my boy, he was my stud a couple weeks ago.
Mac
He threw for
Jones.
201, one touchdown. Difference maker in that fucking snooze fest was a field goal by safety and a safety for the Pats rather. Zach Wilson and his Jets only had 29 passing yards at the end of the first half. 29, that is. Brees Hall ran for 18 on 12 carries. The Aaron-less Jets dropped to 1-2. Meanwhile, the Cowboys were visiting Arizona last week, where they lost shockingly, which really screwed me over, 28-16. Anybody else have the Cowboys last week as in like every parlay that they might have made? I don't know. Just saying. The first 2 weeks of the year, the Cowboys didn't need any offense as their defense just demolished everything in their path. But last week, they turned to Dak. They looked to Dak and they said, "Hey, Dak, can you win us a game?" He couldn't do it. He threw for 249, 1 TD with his first interception of the year. Cornerback Tavon Diggs, he's on the IR, so the defense wasn't quite as good. Cowboys go to 2-1. There was nothing really stand out for the Cardinals, of course, but there was no mistakes made either, which has kind of been the Cardinals' story all year. Josh Dobbs, he threw for 189, 1 touchdown. The rushing attack looked good, including 55 yards on 6 attempts by Dobbs.
He used the bathroom during his intro.
I told you the long one.
Yeah,
the
Jesus.
defense held up, and they held the Cowboys only to field goal attempts.
Do you got Jerry Jones's bio handy?
That's actually coming up next. Okay. The Cardinals go to 1-2. Boy, Cowboys -304. Patriots +250. Cowboys lane 7. 43 is your total. Tones. Tell me what you like.
First glance, I would say Pats. I'll take the 7 points with the Pats. Yeah, I think it'll be a tight game within a field goal or so. So I'll take those points for the Pats.
Yeah, what do you think, Daryl?
You start to think about what happened last week against the Cardinals, and you think, how could you ever bet on the Cowboys for anything? That's always kind
Sure.
of been my general rule. And then, last week I got down on the Cowboys because I'm thinking, well, Cardinals are going to show
It's
their
the
true
Cardinals.
colors.
Who could care? Yeah.
True
Yeah,
colors.
so I probably won't bet on too many Cardinals games, but I think the Patriots, Belichick's probably going to try to keep things muddled up, keep the score down, and not get into any kind of shootout with the Cowboys. So even though your number, Jimmy, is in green and it's on the higher side, I'm thinking maybe the under.
Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I see where you're.
That's
going with
reasonable.
that. I feel that.
Richie,
Yeah.
what do you think? You think anything about this here, buddy?
Yeah, as a neutral observer, I mean, I'm taking the Pats, but there's something really stinky about this line. Like, after the Cowboys lost to the Cardinals the way they did, there's no way this line should be -7, right?
Yeah, it seems funky. It does.
Something's up in this game. I'm not touching it, but I would not be surprised if the Cowboys win by 8 or 7.5.
Yeah, and this is one of those ones where the Cowboys are always bet up. Everybody bets the Cowboys. Patriots are always bet up. Everybody bets the Pats. So I don't know what you do here. I wouldn't go either way.
Something stinky.
Most of the pros that I see, Jimmy, seem to still have the Cowboys at either
I'm
1
gonna
or
yeah.
2 or 3 or 4 in their power rankings, you know?
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
So,
I mean,
how can you lose maybe the worst game of the year
It'd still be up there.
Do we have
and
access?
still be that high?
You guys ever seen those where you can see where the money's going versus the public? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, what
I
do they call that,
guarantee-
Jimmy?
betting
The-
splits.
The
I'm
handle?
gonna guess the public is 60 to 65% on the Patriots, but I bet you the money's on the Cowboys in this game.
The bigger bet, yeah.
Yep.
Smaller, bigger bet.
Sharp
That's what I'm
bets,
thinking.
Right? Does that mean that's a sharp bet when the money's more on the
Yes, against the public.
That
not
would-
necessarily?
Sharp
and
ratio.
I think we probably had some conversations about this, maybe not on the air, but the problem with looking at those betting splits is you don't know what number those came in on.
Yeah.
So all you see is the money. You don't know if they came in when it was
what numbers.
Cowboys
Yeah.
minus 11.
That's true, but this line hasn't moved much.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if the line hasn't moved much, you can use that as an example. And the other thing, they're always at recreational books. I mean, if you knew what they were betting at Pinnacle, what the splits were, I think that would mean something. But at DraftKings, you're going to see more money probably coming in on the Cowboys because they're heavily bet up all the time.
I
s-
agree, but I think the Patriots are heavily bet too. So
No, they are. You're right. You're right.
If you see a number this high,
just doesn't look right to me.
do you immediately think about a triple teaser, getting the 10 points?
I don't. But if you guys were to ask me, guess the line on this game, it would not be 7. I'd
No.
say 4.5.
Yeah. Yep. Something
4
like that.
Cowboys.
Four.
So that's why it stinks to me.
I don't know. The Patriots are not very good.
What's the
Don't
record, Jim?
lose. Don't lose. Boy, what are they? 2-1, I think.
They played the Jets last week.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Played
saying.
the
Look at
Jets,
who
who
they
stayed.
played.
They lost to Miami in a close game, actually. Closer.
That whole AFC East is very difficult
That's
to.
a tough
Except for the
gauntlet.
Jets, unfortunately.
Jets.
They beat the Bills without Rodgers.
That was a
That was a fluke.
That was
I
only
know.
because
weird.
all of us had like $300 on the Bills to win on that.
That was a weird ass
I
game.
had the Jets.
Our pinch hitter, Anthony's replacement, Dale Dub, asked if that mask, if it came from the evidence locker at the Detroit PD, which actually it did. That's the only way you can get these things. They're not easy to find, buddy. They're
Well,
not easy to find.
I had a couple different clients that all of a sudden started making masks during
During COVID? Sure, that was a big
And
thing.
now all of a sudden they switched all their MO is now making ski masks.
I'll tell you,
Ski mask.
it's a lot different to make a front mask versus a whole head type of arrangement there.
That's a
You
different
get
scenario.
the game over there, guys? By chance?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be Daryl's only job tonight.
Yeah. 8:15 on the
I've
bus.
been watching the game. Lions are up 12-0 right now.
Yeah, figures.
There was a safety. It was interesting.
There's actually been 3 safeties and 2 field goals.
Right. Interesting first quarter.
Also, guys, we could watch Sophie's Choice here on Prime.
I don't want to
and
cry.
Night Court.
I don't want to cry.
I'll
No,
say-
night court.
I'll say
Night
that
Court.
for Saturday night. Oh, I do like Night Court, though. That was a good show.
All right, how about this one? How about the Cards
The
at the
original?
49ers? Boy. This week,
Oh, that's a big spread.
what's
Yeah,
happening? You know what's
14.
happening? The Cards are going to visit Levi Stadium to attempt another upset against the undefeated 49ers of the San Francisco Bay Area. Niners coming off a little extra rest after last Thursday's manhandling, which we watched in Florida, of the New York Football Giants, 30-12. You okay over there?
Yeah.
We're trying to get
Who's
the
that?
game on.
Oh yeah, I think you just hit the play button.
Apparently not.
Oh okay. I'll look
Fox
at it here in a
too.
second.
Yeah, it's a regular Fox it's on.
Okay.
Actually, too.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can do that.
San
I
Fran
don't
looked
even
like
need a
San
reason.
Fran.
Get some Hulu.
Converted some long third downs. Meanwhile, the Giants look like the Giants. They lost Saquon Barkley due to an ankle injury. Giants move 1-2 with their win coming the prior week in a wild second half comeback against, of course, the Arizona Cardinals. While Daryl's messing with that, let's go to Rich.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Survivor, you take the 49ers in this game. Otherwise, I'm out.
All right,
Monday
Downs.
I like the Niners. The 14 spread is tough.
Do you like the
and-
Niners on a 947 money line, Tones?
No, I do not like the Niners at 947. And the total is tough. The Niners win this game, but I
Right.
don't know if it's by 14.
Exactly.
So I would just watch it and enjoy and
Yeah.
leave your money for another bet. So
Yeah, by the way, for people without visual, but maybe with a visual impairment, the 49ers minus 947. Shout out to those with visual impairments. For
Shout
an
out.
equal opportunity show.
we don't have Braille
Cardinals
yet.
plus 615. You got the 49ers laying 14 at home, of course, and the total is 44. D-Dub, you got anything here?
I would maybe shop my lines and see if I could get Cardinals plus like 800, something like that. Because
I'll
after
run it,
last
yeah.
week,
It's asking a lot from 615.
Yeah, but I mean, you saw what they did against the Cowboys. You saw what they almost did to the
No chance.
Commodes.
No chance.
Giants are. I mean, the Niners are way better coached. And
Save your money. Save your $5.
If you believe in the home
Niners don't
favorite,
lose it.
sure.
They don't lose this game. Niners.
And quite frankly, I think that is the only play here is the 49ers are, I have them, they should be minus 551. That means the Cardinals should be plus 551. They're plus 615. I don't know what's that, maybe 3 points of value there, 3%.
Hell.
Yeah.
Off to a
And,
bad pick.
yeah.
Bad pick.
He threw a pick?
Yeah, already not good.
First.
Packers plus 7 looks great right now.
Yeah, boy.
hoping so.
Not good golf.
That's too many in a row for golf. That sucks.
Not good. How about the Chiefs at the Jets? The 2-1 Chiefs. They're heading to MetLife Stadium to take on the 1-2 Jets in prime time. Jets plus 350. Chiefs minus 443. Jets plus 9.5. Total of 42. Total of 42. What do you think, Towns? There. This is
Yeah, I don't like the Jets much at all. They're punchless on offense. I think the Chiefs are hitting their stride. I think they win easily by 10 or more. So I will take them even with the 9.5. So
all right. D-Dub.
What Anthony said, maybe make it KC minus like 16.5. See what kind of action you can get on that. What would that be, like plus 200?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. Well, You're a numbers guy. I'd say plus 16.5
Really?
because I think it's between 17 and 24 that they win.
All right, Richie.
Okay.
I'm a big Chefs fan here, as you'll see in my picks. I'm taking the Chiefs on this one.
Ramming it?
As long as no, not ramming this one, but as long as Zach Wilson is quarterback, I'm betting against them.
That's a good idea. Fade the Zach. Let's see what I
Sack
had here.
attack.
I said the Jets should be plus 255. They're plus 350. This has happened every week where my money line is off. I don't think that one has ever won yet, but
Are you subtracting out the juice, Jimmy?
I am subtracting out
Okay,
the juice.
I just wanted to make sure.
I got a pretty good handle on this.
just wanted to
D-Dub.
make sure.
Don't worry about me. Jets should be plus 7.5.
Oh.
Sack time.
Plus 0.95.
Sack attack.
Is that Aiden, my boy?
Play the over here.
I got his
Start
jersey.
playing the
Little Jimmy
Billie
just got
Jean.
a Hutchinson jersey, actually.
Defensive player of the
Oh,
year.
really?
Yeah.
Hutchinson.
Yeah, he's on his track. I mean, he's got, 3 sacks down this year?
Trying to start him off right. Trying to start him off right. Aiden.
You know, I'm not a big
Bam.
Michigan fan, but that guy is a difference maker.
He's
for
just a
sure.
motor.
Yeah, he's
dude.
awesome.
Doesn't
He's,
stop. Doesn't stop.
He's fun to watch out there.
You took the Seattle game off. I noticed that one.
That's the Monday night game, bro.
Here we go. I think, is our last one, isn't it?
We made it all the way through.
Yeah.
Right here.
Monday night, Seahawks.
No, he took the Seattle game off. Aiden Hutchinson
Oh,
took the
you're talking about Aiden.
He took the Seattle game off.
Yeah.
Where
I
was he at
gotcha.
in that game?
He was
Yeah,
Kenneth
that's
Walker
true.
the
He
third
was. He was
run
taking
all
a
over him?
break.
Kenneth Walker III had no yards that
He had
game.
40, but he had 2 touchdowns.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's go with the Seahawks versus the visiting New York Football Giants. We already talked about both these teams. Tones, I'll give you the honors on this one. What do you think of this, by the way?
I saw the Seahawks versus the Lions. They played us really tough. I'm not a huge fan of the Giants. I think Seahawks take care of business, win by at least a field goal or so.
Okay. D-Dub?
Seahawks are sort of screaming, pick me, pick me.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah, I'd probably say Seahawks.
Yeah.
Probably take the money line.
All right.
Guess that's the way to go, right?
Not a lot of difference here.
Yeah.
What's the
on
point
this one.
going to do
Yeah,
for
why
you?
not? I would do money line.
They'd cover
Yeah.
you in case they tied.
The theory, ignore all ties. If it's 1 or less, take the money line.
Money line. Yep.
That's fair.
Get that extra juice.
Richie, I know what you think here. You like the Seahawks in this game, don't you?
According to your theory,
Is this a
you'd
ram?
You'd shop everything around and make sure you get a half a point. In fact, I locked this game in at Firekeepers, one of my newest favorite apps, at a pick'em.
Pick up. You had them to pick
It's
up?
a Ram and Home pick'em today. Compliments of Firekeepers. I have not seen anything from the Giants that gets me excited. This is the last chance you got, folks. It's a Ram and Home. Take the Hawks. I know there's a West Coast, East Coast thing probably where the West Coast teams don't do very well on the East Coast, but damn, the Giants suck. Take the Hawks.
Yep.
So did anything move in your pants? I know it's what Daryl was just going to ask him. Was that the movement you're talking about?
Get a little Chumbawamba. down there.
I have a lot of movement in my pants on this game.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. What is JT? I was referring to myself in the third person there. Giants plus 119.
Mr. Midwest?
Yeah, Mr. Midwest. Plus 119. Wow, what the hell are you going to do there? You could take the Seahawks at minus 106. There'd be a little bit of a value there. I came to a pick 'em, but it's going to be a lean towards the Seahawks since the Giants are plus 119. And then totals not much over, just a field goal. So nothing doing there. However, I do like the Seahawks in that game. Definitely like the Seahawks in that game.
I mean, we're at 7-0 is on the line here. 7-0.
That's true.
This, a Ram
You've
and
been
Home
crushing.
is
You've been
not.
crushing the jam at home. Ram at home.
It's time. It's time to mortgage the house, folks.
Well, let's.
What if there was a Ram at home on the LA Rams? Would that be like?
Double Ram.
Would
Ram
there be a
squared.
matrix?
There never
situation?
would be
gonna say that.
because I am a professional and I would never put it on Stafford in the Rams.
He's a professional slots player.
He is really good at that.
These are the top picks.
These are the top picks. Here we go. We got Richie's top picks. Go ahead and lead us off here, brother. Tell us what it's all about.
Oh yeah, you know what? That Marshall, I rode Marshall last week. That was what got me to 3-2, and we're gonna keep riding him this week because Old Dominion is recently converted the Division I, but not very good yet. So we're gonna ride Marshall Mathers and Marshall Taking minus 14 there.
I saw Old Dominion in concert a few weeks ago.
Mount Spaghetti.
Old Dominion. And I've heard they're not bad, Tones.
They put on a
Where'd
good
you see
show.
'em at?
Maybe better than their football team.
Definitely.
So-
Yeah.
And that's what you were doing instead of doing the show.
Yeah, I was I was watching the football team sing.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when Dale took your job.
That's what Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
I remember that.
Dale's going to be back next week.
Next week and maybe going forward. We'll see what happens.
BYU.
Is Mormon spelled wrong here, Rich?
Yeah, I think so. But I was going fast.
You got Skyline
Yeah.
and Chili? Is that Cincinnati?
That's Cincinnati versus BYU.
I love Skyline.
BYU did cost me the loss last week. I did put 2 units, but I do like them at home. That was an away game and maybe a little bit of a reach. I thought they might pull it out. It's a solid team, and I think the +2 at home gets them over. Irish I liked last week, but this is at home at the Dukes. I like the Dukes a lot. So Dukes, I am your father. I'm taking +5.5 there.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, Duke, I am your father.
Dukies.
I'm entertained when your picks come through. I have to say.
The Dukies, baby.
And for those people at home, I don't change these. This all
is,
happens automatically. Is the way they put
There's
them in.
no edit on your end, right?
Right, no edit. So any spelling errors,
Yeah,
grammatical errors, that has nothing to do with me. So please don't put that in the comments. Not that anybody comments
All
on the
right,
show
we
anyway.
we already touched about it, so I'll
Wait a
just blow through these. Swifty fans unite.
This is a ram at home.
Swifty fans unite. Ram it home, baby. All right, he wants to get to the Seattle pick. I don't. I think the Giants fucking blow. I don't get that team at all. I think this is the last chance you take advantage of the Giants line. If the Seahawks don't win by 10, then there is a script in the NFL. So with that being said, that's the Ram at home. We're going to 8. We're going to put the 7-0 record on the line.
There you go.
And last pick is the Chiefs. I heard Taylor Swift will be in attendance at the Jets game, so there's no way I'm not taking the Chiefs.
2 touchdowns for Kelsey with
Two
Swift,
touchdowns for
with
Kelsey.
Swift in the box.
She looked good in red last week. I can't deny her. She'll look good again this week.
All right, that's the last time for the night. Here we go. We got my boy D Dubs. You got some. You got a little parlay here, D Dub. I haven't read these yet.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Fiddle with the lines a little bit. Bring Michigan down. Michigan hasn't covered yet this year.
No, they haven't.
No, they haven't.
No, you're right.
Oh,
You're right.
3-1. Last week I think they tied.
Tied it. Yep.
Michigan minus 13.5. Penn State minus 23.5. That Penn State line I think is 27-ish. I can't remember. Penn State's good. Got a good defense. And again.
Laporta, baby. Big play.
Just
They
going to repeat
always
that.
seem to know what the line is.
Laporta.
So
I mean, that's
if I
bullshit.
lower it down by a few points, even better. And then USC minus 21.5. I actually got down on this game when it was like 24. Got down on USC. So now I like them much better at 21.5. So that's what you call negative closing value, Jimmy. I got USC minus 24. And now it's minus 21.5.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
That's the danger about getting in on those lines early is if you're not real smart,
Touchdown, Detroit.
you can end
Oh,
up getting
St.
in on
Brown,
the wrong
baby.
side.
St. Brown.
I
Touchdown.
got the Lions minus 1.5, and they're now up 4. So I mean, I think you can
Looking
pretty
good.
much cash that ticket
Lock
right
it in.
now, right?
Catch it.
Under 54 on the Miami and Buffalo game. This one, everybody wants to bet the over. You know, Miami just scored 70 points. It was a 90-point game.
Not me,
But
D-Dub.
Buffalo doesn't usually score. Their total points in all their games are less than 54. When Miami played the Patriots, that was in the 40s.
Yeah.
Low 40s, as a matter of fact. And Buffalo, same deal. They played somebody else in that division. It's a sneaky one. Play the under. I know you're thinking over, but play the under. 54 is a lot of points.
That is a lot of points.
Keep them rolling, Jimmy.
That is a lot of points. Here we go.
We got the Beavers. This is an interesting one. Tomorrow night, this is must-watch TV.
Sure.
Don't know if Rising is playing.
That'd be good Friday
Is
night
he
game,
still?
right?
Do we still not know if Cam Rising is playing?
I don't think he is.
Okay.
But I think they kind of expect him to suit up, but I don't have official confirmation of any of that.
Gotcha.
You got the Beavers -2.
You're not breaking any news on the numbers, guys. Is what
I'm
you're saying.
breaking no news,
Okay.
and in fact, I wouldn't be able to break any news unless I took somebody else's breaking news and then broke it. If
Got
that
it.
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So-
The old double break.
Breaking
Yeah, so that's not cool. But the Beavers, I really like this team, even though they lost to the Cougars last week. That was a must-watch game as well. They were down the whole game, but they made it close at the end. Beavers -2. It's at home, and now I think it's up to like 4.5. So
So you got positive
yeah,
EV.
you
there.
got to go bet
Yeah?
365 on that, right?
You got to drive to Ohio.
That's
Okay.
right. So then the new one that I come up with today, Sam Houston State,
They're in my conference.
Bearcats.
Big Sam Houston
Are you
fan.
familiar? Are you familiar with the Bearcat?
They're in the
with a K, all one word.
Oh yeah. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
You're against Deion's old team. You're gonna take
Yeah,
it?
that's tonight. And so chances
Tonight.
are it's too late. Maybe get in some live action because the game probably is the second quarter
Oh,
right
is that
now.
already 8:00? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So see what the number is on the money line on that one, because if it's in the 200 range, get down.
Get down.
Then the last and final pick, Syracuse. Clemson and Syracuse have had a history of close games as of late, and Clemson now officially, I think, considers himself out of the playoff picture.
Okay.
They're like, I'm going to transfer, and we can't do anything here. So let's just mail it in for Syracuse at the what used to be called the Carrier Dome.
So you're saying they're giving up?
They're done.
They're done.
Stick a fork in them. So give me Syracuse plus 210.
I like
The
it.
Mighty Orange.
Yeah.
Toners. You got Lions -2.5. Start there.
I
Huh?
went heavy on college, but the only pro game is my hometown Leos. They just got up by 4, as D mentioned. I think they take care of business, make a statement tonight, get first place for the first time in 6 years, as I mentioned before, and not look back. Keep first place the rest of the year. Lock it in. Lions home playoff game coming up.
Ram it home.
Ram it home. I did a parlay on the Michigan game. I know D said it not covering. I don't like Nebraska this year at all. -16.5, and the over was 38.5. I think it's going to be at least 40, 42 points in this game. So I could see. I was liking the over on this game. So
Oh, we got some
another highlight
special
reload?
delivery. Special D.
I need to
SD
reload
Special
and I'll
Delivery
finish my
Jones.
bets. No regrets.
Anthony,
How the Lions score?
the Lions scored on a pass to St.
St. Brown's, baby. Laporta had a huge play though. Number 1 tight end.
Excellent.
Laporta.
Anthony, do you think the Wolverines can go all season long without covering and still make it to the playoffs?
They're going to cover.
I mean, I'm just wondering in
Well,
general.
if they win out, they're in. There's no doubt about it. So
as long as they win.
you got to go through Penn State and Ohio
Yeah.
State. Like if you win out, you're in. So
I'd like to be on the record to say that I like Daryl's Syracuse pick.
yeah,
Thank you.
and Debo crying.
What about Sam Houston?
Dabo.
Looked at that briefly.
Oh, big sack. Bam.
Looked at it briefly,
Bam.
but don't have an opinion on the Bearcats with a K.
Okay, I got. What's the next one here? I got Indiana, Maryland.
Tone, you got Michigan at 16.5 today?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
I
6.5
like that a
in
lot
the
better than
over,
17.
38.5 combo there, plus 180. I saw Maryland throws up lots of points. I think they'll go crazy on Indiana. Indiana will throw up 10, 17 points, and I think we hit the over without a problem on that game. And then my second slide, I think LSU gets a win here, much needed win, and covered the -2.5 against Mississippi. For D and Rich here, I think this is going to be
Got an under.
I don't pick unders often, but Iowa looked putrid on offense.
They are
Michigan, Iowa's got a great defense. I don't think Michigan State's going to throw up much points. I could see a 10-13 game, 10-17 type deal.
Is there any other way to bet this game?
Under? Baby.
Yeah, I think it's a logical pick, but I think it makes much more sense to just bet Iowa -12.5, 11.5, whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know. Their offense looks
The offense
horrible.
is putrid. Bad.
And I used to like Cade McNamara, but I don't know. So, and last game I got South Carolina on the road, lost to Georgia only by 10 last week, and I think they'll keep it even closer against Tennessee on the road. Maybe lose by a touchdown, but the plus 12.5, I like that.
Possibly the two best quarterbacks in the SEC going this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Name me
Possibly.
better. Name me two
Milton?
better ones.
Milton?
Yeah.
A Michigan throwaway, Joe Milton.
He's,
I mean, yeah, he was great last year. He was good this year.
he wasn't great last year.
He was-
Henderson Hooker.
He has a great arm, but
Well,
he
he got
just,
hurt halfway through the
All
year.
black quarterbacks are the same to you, or what?
no,
You said
come
that.
on.
Not
he had a
me.
candid about Michigan.
said that.
He just
Well, I mean, he just
overthrew
said
everybody.
Just because you don't allow him to shop with you at Kirkland doesn't.
He
You don't have
said
to be
Milton was great all last year, and I'm thinking,
He
how many
was.
games did he play?
He was great for Tennessee after Hooker got hurt.
But how many
Hooker,
games
baby.
did he play? He wasn't
Like
all
half.
year. Nah, I
half.
don't think so. I don't think,
Hooker.
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm always for the Hookers, but Milton and what's his face from South Carolina? I don't think
The
there's anybody
Rattler.
better. Rattler. I don't think there's anybody better than those.
I
two
think
guys.
every hot chick Lions fan should get a Hooker jersey. Like just my
Well, I think that's kind of rude.
yeah. So
No offense.
I'm not sexist or anything.
No, but I think I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna get a Hooker jersey. Hey, by the way, I think we're on different time lines here. I got Lions 7-3, 7:21 left in the first.
Yeah, 7-10, something like
Okay,
that.
yeah, you're a little ahead of me here.
Yeah, we're watching on Prime.
We got
here,
we got
even though
Prime
it's-
and Hulu. It might.
Oh, I'm on
whatever.
Prime.
Yeah. So I don't
No,
know which
Coach
one.
Prime.
Well, you see the coax.
What happened to
cables
them,
that
by the
cut-
way?
What's that?
What happened to Coach Prime? Rich, that's your boy.
he got his best player knocked out. His Heisman candidate got hurt.
You got a
all right.
reality
So
check.
think about Colorado. So Colorado, a great question. That I looked at the USC line today.
Yeah, it was 20.
21 and a half.
21 and a half.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. USC, something's wrong with them. Like, how did
They have a
Arizona
bad
State?
Defense.
They have a bad
Bad
defense.
defense.
Yeah, their defense is.
I mean, I was going to build up to it, and
That's
but that's
it.
okay. Kirkland jump right in here. What the hell?
I mean, it's pretty obvious,
that's-
though. Everybody knows they're good, but they're
No,
great.
okay. Well, I'm hearing today that USC is still a top 10 team. I don't think so. I think Washington certainly is. Oregon, you can make a case for it.
Washington's a better team than the
USC, I don't think so. They're going to end up with 3 losses this year, right?
Yeah, I think they get bounced out
Tough
of the playoffs.
conference.
It is a tough game. You could put all 4 Pac-12 teams in there this year for the playoffs.
Sure.
I mean, Washington State and Oregon State are on the outside of the top 4 in that conference, and they might be the 2 best in that conference. It's one of those things. It's like there's no real.
Great conference.
I mean, maybe by the end of the year, I'll be completely wrong on that, but I
Glad
think those
that-
are 2 of the better teams.
Glad the Big Ten's taking 4 of them away
Well, why don't they go after Washington State and Oregon State if they're still available to everybody, right?
because they don't make enough money. Dubs.
I guess, but
You could
Mountain
always,
West,
you could always
but-
have some beavers around though.
Mount. Oh.
that's what.
Boy,
She
that,
said.
that team.
That's
there-
some BS, Anthony.
Exit 69, Big Beaver. Right?
Let's move. We got somebody chiming in. This is my wife. You might notice see the chat up there at the top. You like that? That's a new
Yeah.
feature.
Oh,
on
My
it.
nice.
son has a bet.
Yeah.
It's a party over here.
He says,
Oh, wow.
Is there a
Did ya-
party at your house that we were
Did he
invited
get the
to?
5
Wow.
for 200
That's a
sign
celebration.
up on
he might have got the DK bonus. I might have lied about his age.
I hope he did not give his social security number away.
No. She says needs the Lions to win. We all need the Lions to win.
We-
He's
we're
wearing
all
a
heavy
Hutchinson
Lions.
jersey.
Hey,
Right.
Jimmy, that's
Yes,
what
sir.
she said.
That is what she
typed.
said.
What she typed.
What she typed? How you doing?
It's a high chat
How you doing,
day.
fam?
Yeah.
All right. Love you
Great.
guys.
Everybody jump in.
All right, let me get to my top picks here, since they're the only ones that really matter.
Guy who's wide open.
We got.
that's rough.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
That's rough.
All right, now this one, D-Dub, with his newfound love for the.
Parlay?
He made a bet for class dojo points with his teacher.
Oh, Class Dojo?
That's pretty cool.
We're
You
using
can do
Remind
that.
this year at my school. So.
Yeah. Now, D-Dub, I know you've been following, you've been reading a lot. You're trying to sharpen up your skills, getting down with the numbers. That's kind of your thing lately.
That's kind of always been my thing.
Yeah, but
sure.
you're really trying to excel at this. So you might laugh at this one because I have I'm doing a 10-point teaser, but I'm teasing through the zeros, man. I'm going through the zeros, and everybody knows
That's a Wang theory.
that's a non-Wang. I'm going against Mr. Wang.
No, Wing
That's
Wing.
Wong.
Mis-
I'm talking
Stanford
Wang.
Wang.
Talking about
Wang.
Wang theory.
Wang
Yeah.
versus Wong.
And obviously the reason is the zeros have no value because you're not going to, ties aren't really a thing. So you're paying for that 0, and it doesn't count for anything. But I'm going to go with the Chargers plus 4.5 here. I'm going to take the Eagles plus 2, and I'm going to take the Bills plus 7.5. That's a 10-point teaser through the zeros. And the reason is, in order for that bet to be profitable, positive EV, Daryl, you know what that is? You need 81.71% win rate at minus 120, which that bet is, minus 120. Home favorites with a 10-point advantage at 5.5, which was the Chargers. Their win rate, 84.32. Home faves with a 10-point advantage at minus 8, 83.22. And home faves with a minus 2.5 with 10 points added to it. Win rate, 83.13. Positive EV through the zero.
One question.
Yes, sir. Plus, I like those individually. So,
Where do we bet this?
unfortunately, no, you don't want to do a DK. It's got to be a golden nugget.
Golden Nugget. I was going to say. I was going to say that.
That's a shocker.
It's got to be a golden nugget.
Shocker.
You'd be foolish not to put that a golden nugget because, and Daryl will tell you why.
I was told not to bet Golden Nugget.
There
Yeah,
only
somebody
one reason.
said they didn't like Golden Nugget. earlier.
I deleted my app on Golden Nuggets. So
I
I can't
know.
even make this bet.
I-
Jim.
Somebody
cursed
said
them.
that they're arse wipes.
I don't care how
IMF'd
much
them.
electric voltage you get out of these bets.
I IMF'd them up and down. But they're the only place that I found that on a 10-point teaser, they will push on a tie. You don't lose.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you don't lose on a tie. So
Maybe
I got to
you
do
should
it. You got to do it.
Call Vinny Goombats and see if he can get you,
could.
the numbers.
You could. You could talk to Rodney. I used to be able to do a pretty good Rodney Dangerfield impression. I haven't practiced it in a while.
Oh, I'd like to hear it.
So
Yeah,
if the
let's-
Lions go up by
I'll try
more than
it after
7,
this.
does your bet pay out? Or no? Is they have to
No,
be
It's gotta be the-
It's got to be on the
he's
first.
got
It's got to
the
be the Packers.
I have,
Oh, you took the
I have the
Packers?
Lions plus
I
7.
did. Plus
So if they get
120.
up plus 7.
If they hit a field goal here, my bet wins.
Okay.
I cash out no matter what.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
All right.
Which is cool.
That is cool.
Hey, no respect.
No respect.
Let's hear it, Jimmy.
I can't do it now. I took over 45 total points, Lions and Packers. I already told you about that one. Richie, I'm with you here, buddy. I took the Seahawks. I got them plus 1, though, at minus 110. I think that's a little bit advantageous to the money line, which was
Wow.
Yeah, I think
Nice
it was
job.
minus 107, I think, at that point in time.
Got him in case of a tie.
So I'm going there. Yeah, in case of a tie, or I'll push on a 1-point lead.
Could
Now,
happen.
this one's interesting. It should come as no surprise that Brown went off last week.
If you
right?
can change that to a Saint Brown real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wink,
I'd be in the money.
It'd be fun
You guys
to-
remember he was jawing last week because Devonta Smith was getting all the
That was 2 weeks ago.
or 2 weeks. Yeah, it was 2
Yeah.
weeks ago. And Washington is weak on the back end. They should definitely struggle to contain AJ Brown.
Jared Goff
Oh,
is
he's
just
gonna- take it in, baby.
Well, what happened?
hustling down to 3. Big 15-yard rush by Goff.
Yeah,
if he
take
had
that.
over 3 yards rushing for Goff, you're a winner.
Take that, Justin Fields. Yeah.
Took it down from the 18 to the 3.
Yeah.
There was like literally no one on the side of the field. I don't know how he got.
You don't see
tackled.
Stafford doing that shit.
No, you see him sitting on his fucking
How
ass.
did he
a
not
lot.
score?
No.
Rich
Anyway.
brought up an interesting point just now.
What's that?
He said if you had Goff, over 10 yards rushing, that you're a winner.
Cashed out.
Yeah,
Money.
because you know what? In the NFL, there's no negative yardage rushing for
Right. Different for college, isn't
Yeah,
it?
College is
different.
negative.
Different.
So
Sackage and stuff.
something to think about when you're making them prop bets, Jimmy.
I think Double D, him and I were talking about this earlier, to go over the Lions over 7 in the first quarter. This might be.
I think that's going to pay
might be
out.
beneficial
It's going to
here.
pay out right
Gonna
now.
pay out.
Let me finish what I was talking about here, then we can end this show at some point.
With the trivia answer.
Yeah, I got the trivia answer. So anyway,
4-team parlay. No, 3.
that's
4.
coming up. Anyway,
Holy
AJ
cow.
Brown scored a touchdown. I usually don't take plus 146 to score touchdown bets. This guy is due. Washington.
That's a winner.
Not
Your next
so
pick
good.
is not
Not
a,
so good.
not a winner.
Okay, week
Thielen.
2.
Is he still in
Is that a
the league?
touchdown?
Lions
Touchdown,
up 14-3.
baby.
Cash out the ticket.
Suck it, cheeseheads.
Dadgummit.
Suck it.
There it
Go
is.
Lions.
Packers
I
blow
thought you-
ass
You
Lions
said
first
that was
place.
the last time we were
I
going to hear
lied
that.
about it.
One
I
more
lied
time.
about it. All right, one more time. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Lions own the division.
That woo woo.
It's like the whistles go woo woo. Remember that YouTube video?
Got that woo woo.
Go home, Lambo. Go home.
All right. I have Thielen over 51.5.
Why?
Don't
this
like
guy
it.
hasn't had 51.5 yards since 2016.
Oh, you're nuts. You're nuts. Hey, in week 2, your boy Bryce Young, under center, he saw 9 targets. He had a monster day
9
last
targets
week.
for 47 yards.
It was like 55.
Okay.
But last week, week 3, your boy Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, your favorite, Rich.
He's not in quarterback this
You know,
week,
you
though.
know what he did?
I don't care what he did.
11 for 14, 145.
That's a losing bet. Jim.
Revenge game against Minnesota's D. They fucking suck. Their defense is terrible. I expect them to have another big game.
If you win the Ram at home, folks, take half of that and put it on under on this game.
And then last but not least, now this is my boy, college football Joe. We got together. I haven't had any NCAA picks in a while.
Okay.
And this isn't like me to have a 4-team parlay, but I'm going to do
14.
it because I got some units to play with here. I
14.
got plenty of units.
BC,
Only plus 128.
Maryland, Alabama, Washington.
BC?
All
Who's
money
betting
line.
on BC right now?
I mean, is that the British
are.
Columbia Wildcats?
No. And that really is the
hockey?
bet. That
College
really is
hockey?
the bet. I mean, I think Maryland's going to win. I think Alabama's going to
Ooh,
win.
hockey would be good.
Washington's going to win. The bet here is BC. It's plus 128. Take Boston College over Virginia. Look at the shit. Or don't take it. Be smart and don't take it. We'll see what happens here.
I mean,
But
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think.
go with it. Plus
Is
128.
Alabama going to win this week?
Yes.
I don't know. That's a lot of cowbell.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Maryland and
Does
Washington for
JT's
sure.
4-team parlay come home?
I don't like this one at all.
All right.
That's tough.
Well, don't take it.
Who's who they playing? Virginia?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everybody's looking at me. We'll see what happens. I burned through a unit. All the rest of them are coming home. So
Okay. So then you got.
I'll do this one. Hey, by the way, shout out to College Football Joe.
Shout out.
We worked on that one together. We
Stick to
teamed up.
movies,
We
Joe.
teamed up. Stick to movies. We still got to do that.